Some hoodlums and suspected members of the Boko Haram terrorists last night attacked custom quarters in Gadam town, Gadam local government area, killing an officer, Malam Usman Gombe. An eyewitness who described the attack on custom quarters as serious said on condition of anonymity that the gang stormed the place on motorbikes and some cars. He further stated that the suspected attackers came at the custom house located along Mine Sora Road in a Volkswagen Golf, motorbikes and a Land Rover around 10:24 p.m. on Saturday, firing on air before moving into the main gate of the quarters. Leadership newspaper gathered that the suspected Boko Haram terrorists set fire to the custom patrol van, a generator and part of the customs building. This is not the first time that suspected Boko Haram members targeted customs officers in the town. A resident of Gadam, Malam Idi, confirmed that the insurgents were extorting taxes from both farmers and herdsmen just a few kilometers away from the town, without any intervention from authorities of the state. According to some residents, the attackers stormed the quarters, shooting Allahu Akbar, after which they engaged the custom officers in a shootout, killing one officer. However, the situation has raised concern among the people of Gadam town. Security sources confirmed the attack, including the killing of one customs officer, while some officers sustained injuries during the gun battle and are currently responding to treatment. In a related development, a kidnapped nursing mother, Malama Ladi, has been shot dead by a suspected bandit that forced her to marry him in Katsina State. A credible audio conversation circulated on social media explained how the woman was killed by the bandit who forcefully married her and wanted to have carnal knowledge of her, but she refused. According to the information, the woman preferred to die instead of agreeing to the desire of the bandit, and the bandit, without any hesitation, shot her with his firearm. Malama Ladi was buried in the bandit's den for over 4 days before information got to her legal husband in Maraba, Jibia in Katsina State, where she was earlier kidnapped. She died leaving behind 2 kids, including a nursing baby, and her legal husband, who pleaded with the leaders of the bandit to release her corpse for the funeral, but to no avail. However, a yet to be identified soldier and a sugarcane vendor have been crushed to death in Kwara State. The incident, it was gathered, happened at one of the checkpoints along Bode Sadu Jegba Expressway in Moro local government area of Kwara State. According to a resident who simply identified himself as Iya Khadija, the vehicle suddenly veered off the road and crushed the victims in the process. She said the vehicle had been towed to a police station in the community, adding that the corpse had since been evacuated. The sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC, Frederick Ade Ogidan, confirmed the development. According to him, it was a lone accident involving a DAF truck which lost control and hit the victims. They were all males, but 2 of them died, while the other 2 didn't sustain any injury, he stated. Ogidan cautioned motorists and transporters to avoid actions that could lead to distraction while driving and ensure that their vehicles are in good condition always. However, In a deadly operation, troops killed over 37 terrorists and arrested 95 others. The military high command has stated that the troops of the Nigerian armed forces have neutralized 37 notorious terrorists and arrested over 95 others in the last 1 week. The troops also arrested 19 perpetrators of oil theft, rescued 53 kidnapped hostages. This was disclosed in a statement by the Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, while providing updates on the ongoing military operations across the country. According to General Buba, the success recorded by the troops are a clear indication that the military is winning the war against terrorism and insurgency. He noted that the operations have resulted in the denial of safe havens to these groups, the destructions of their command and control facilities, as well as training facilities. He further disclosed that troops recovered a large cache of arms and ammunition from the terrorists and insurgents, according to his words. The recovered items include 45 AK-47 rifles, 11 locally fabricated AK-47 rifles, 6 pump-action guns, 12 den guns, 2 AK-47 rifles loaded with 34 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammo, 2 locally made guns, 2 locally fabricated pistols, 2 locally made revolvers, and 925 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammo. In the Niger Delta region, troops discovered and destroyed 42 dugought pits, 82 boats, 143 storage tanks, 234 cooking ovens, 56 illegal refining sites, 61 houses, 61 horses, 17 drums, 1 pumping machine, 2 outboard engines, and 1 vessel. Troops recovered 6,009,500 liters of stolen crude oil, 425,715 liters of illegally refined agro, 38,100 liters of DPK, and 4,500 liters of PMS, he stated. General Buba commended the troops for their gallantry and urged them to remain committed to the task of defeating the enemies of the state. He, however, urged the general public to continue to support the military by providing timely information on the activities of criminals and terrorists who have been terrorizing the country for the past 16 years. However, troops of the Nigerian army eliminate notorious bandit leader in Bauchi state. In a significant development, troops belonging to the 33 Brigade of the Nigerian army successfully eliminated the notorious leader of a bandit gang responsible for terrorizing residents in the Ninji local government area of Bauchi state. The influential bandit known as Yahoo met his fate during an ambush conducted by the troops at a strategic crossing point in Bura, Ninji on a Friday evening. Yahoo had gained notoriety as the leader of the notorious gang known for employing heavy weaponry to spread fear among the people of Bura and nearby communities. This group of terrorists was involved in kidnapping for ransom and in extreme cases resorting to violence when their ransom demands were not met. Sources in Bura reported that the soldiers effectively neutralized Yu as he and his gang were returning to their hideout following an operation. On the same day, the bandit had also kidnapped the traditional ruler of Kwajale village in Somali local government area of Kano State. The Nigerian army officially confirmed Yu's death in a statement released on Saturday by Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, Director of Army Public Relations. The statement outlined that the troops, acting on credible intelligence, patiently awaited the arrival of the bandits and then engaged them in a firefight. As a result, one bandit was killed while the others fled the scene with gunshot wounds, leaving behind blood traces as evidence. Additionally, the troops recovered an AK-47 rifle, 14 live rounds of 7.62 mm ammunition, a mobile phone, and a fetish amulet from the bandits.